Hi, this is James and welcome back to another video talking about music. And yes, I want to go back to hating a little bit. I know I've been critical, but this was kind of a request. People want to hear me talk bad about artists, I think. It's usually what people watch. The more controversial I guess I get, the more it encourages viewership. So shout out, time for, I guess, a weird comparison and a discussion of two artists, Joe and Selena Gomez / Benny Blanco. I won't compare these albums because I do have a longer video where I'll be talking about all the albums that came out this year that were notable, to me at least. Two albums on there I gave superlatives to. I gave superlatives to many, but there were two that were similar. Best and worst plagiarism. What I mean by this is there's a good way to copy music and there's a bad way. And while both these albums weren't good, I don't think plagiarism, and I want to emphasize plagiarism here. I'm not talking about the whole, was it good artist copy, great artist steal? Like it is kind of that. You want to steal the best from the good stuff, but you don't just want to emulate it. It's the same reason why it's like the best movies aren't just pastiches of a genre. Like as much as I love certain films, I'll go with like, I don't know, like Spinal Tap. It's like, it's not going to be the best movie of all time. I don't know. That's just like an opinion. I think it's a great movie, but it's like normally something that's, kind of done as a pure parody isn't going to be the greatest of all time. That being said, it can still be great. It can still be really, really good. And the thing is you don't even necessarily need to add that much to it. And here's where it really matters is if you are just going to copy from the best sources available. So for Joe's new album, The Crux, he's copying really two artists mainly, Billy Joel being the most obvious, especially on like the latter half of the album, and the other is the Beatles. Now there are some songs that are very much like LCD Sound System, Basic being Basic. It's kind of a Cars thing too, but there's a few other tracks on there. I feel like earlier on it's much more Cars. It's got that kind of dancey vibe more, if that makes sense. Dance, pop, rock infused, whatever. And then you have the album I Said I Love You First by Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Lana Del Rey being totally ripped off. Charlie XCX being ripped off. And even like that one SZA song with Phoebe Bridgers, that song gets absolutely ripped off on that project. And there's a chance Benny Blanco worked on that song. I mean, he worked on Snooze from that album, I know for sure, and I believe two others. I could be mistaken, but I think 3 total songs on SOS were produced by Benny Blanco. Yeah, it's weird when someone copies their work with a different artist. It's a really strange vibe. It's just very distinct and clear that he's just doing what he did with SZA on some of those songs, except it's just not landing. Now, while like the lyrical content of the album I think is like really, really, really weak, just total weak sauce the whole time. Yeah, I mean, in a way that's like hard to listen to. It's hard to listen to two people talk about how enthusiastic they are to be with each other in such a melodramatic way, in a way that just makes me feel grossed out. Like it feels like reading someone else's love letters, and you're like, it could be great writing, but I don't need to see it. Like I don't need to see it. Certain things. That's what I mean. It's like it feels like this never needed to be public. Like this could have been like the greatest little like inside album between two people, if that makes sense. Whereas like the Joe album, there's a genuine attempt when ripping off Billy Joel to do what he does, right? Like he's trying to write in a way that's a little more grandiose. It's a little more like encompassing broader subjects. And it's not just about the same thing throughout the whole album too. He's ripping off, I would say a wider array of artists, but he's also ripping off artists that are older. So naturally, even by copying them, doing it with modern production, standards and tendencies, it naturally is going to sound a little bit fresher. It doesn't sound as good as The Stranger does, but it does sound different naturally. Naturally, those records sound very different in everything except for arrangement and writing. And again, the Billy Joel album, Stranger, I'm going to 99 times out of 100 before I listen to The Crux by Joe. But it doesn't matter when one is at least being additive. One is inherently additive. Whereas when you're ripping off NFR by Lana Del Rey, it just sounds horrible when you do it worse. Because we all know what it is supposed to sound like. Like the song on there, Bluest Flame, is a ripoff of 360 by Charlie XCX. And to rip a song off of Brat the year later is the laziest thing of all time. Acting like we haven't heard Brat. What? Like Benny Blanco, like, I hate to say it because it's going to sound mean. I love Benny Blanco. I think he's one of the greatest producers of the 21st century. He is undeniably great. To deny his greatness is to deny reality. I mean, anyone who's that successful in music in that sense has to be resonating with people at a certain level. But I will say it feels like this made me question how much of Benny Blanco's success early in his career had to deal with the fact that he was with the horrible man that is Dr. Luke. And it's horrible to say, but it's like, how much of that was just him kind of doing the Dr. Luke sound with artists for a while and throughout the 2010s. Only in the late 2010s did we kind of get to see Benny Blanco as his own artist and doing all that, which it's like, I don't know, I would say the music's not good, but at least he's there's a more genuine attempt. I don't think he's just like copy and pasting the whole like thing he does. You know when Benny Blanco's in an interview and he's like, I only knew one tempo, and you're like, what are you talking about, Benny? Just like talk about how you made it. Why are you focusing on what you couldn't do? Like it's sometimes it's annoying me, but I love Benny. I watch these interviews for a reason, because sometimes he will say something that's interesting about making pop music, but at the same time he is kind of self-aggrandizing with the way he tries to play down how much he knew about making music. I refuse to believe he opened up a DAW and just had no idea what was going on and just accidentally just created 30 number one songs. Even if he didn't know what he was doing, he was probably communicating to some, engineer who knew what they were doing. I don't know. I feel like it carries over, that ethos carried over into this project in the sense of Benny being like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to do what I know how to, you know what I mean? Like, so he just is ripping off artists. Like, instead of trying to do something earnest or genuine, he's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to copy these artists. Copy Lana Del Rey and Charlie. Like, Selena Gomez, I don't think, honestly, is a bad artist. She had that one song, like Me in My Mind or something. I thought that was a pretty good song. Don't put her in situations to expose her weaknesses as an artist. Don't put her on a Lana Del Rey or SZA style song with someone who's just not the same vocalist as them. She's not in the same tier, and that's okay. I'm a horrible vocalist, but you don't see me doing Adele songs. That's kind of the main point of this, is like, if you're going to copy, do something that's achievable to a certain extent. Joe did something that he knew how to do. He works with musicians. Like, it was very clear he did something he has worshipped for a long time. Something, it didn't just feel like a spur of the moment type of thing where it's like, what if we did a Cars type song? It's like, no, like he probably does listen to the Cars. He probably does listen to Billy Joel all the time. He probably does listen to the Beatles all the time. Whereas the Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez project, it's like, what was even the goal here? And the fact that it only really charted well due to the like bundling it with Selena Gomez's products, I mean, how are you two of the most popular people on the planet? Mainly, obviously, Selena's one of the most popular people on the planet. But also, Benny Blanco is like a massive name in the industry. And they were having to do bundle deals to sell more. It feels sad. It feels sad for two people that are very talented in their own regard. Like, I don't want this to come across as like me acting like they're not talented. These are two people that disappointed me. There was no reason for it to be this bad. Like, I mean, I did re-listen to some of it today because I knew I kind of wanted to make this video. And I listened to, I skipped around both projects. I went to the songs I thought were the worst. I went to the songs I thought were the best. There was no good song on the Selena Gomez album. Like, and I feel bad calling it a Selena Gomez album. It's truly a Benny Blanco record when you listen to it. And like, they really thought Bluest Flame was going to be a TikTok hit the way they promoted it. And then Sunset Boulevard, holy boring. Like, God, it's everything you don't like about Taylor Swift when she's being produced by Max Martin. It reminds me of the new Taylor Swift album a little bit, because both things feel like things I didn't need to hear. A little too intimate. I was like, I like very intimate, earnest lyrics. It didn't feel that earnest. It felt like something I just walked in on. You know, it's like I walked in on them and I'm like, this wasn't for me. Like, it wasn't meant for me to see. That's the feel. You shouldn't be grossed out listening to music. Like, if I can listen to Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B talk about the things they talk about, and I'm not grossed out, I'm just like, oh, like, that's them. It's earnest. And it's a genuine expression. And then I hear stuff that's not as intimate in that way being talked about on these albums. And I'm like, how about we stop? How about that's behind closed doors. It's very telling. It's very telling. I'll use Meg the Stallion again. She just released that song with Klay Thompson in the video, and like those lyrics were very much about that relationship. It was not hidden, and it was meant to be that way. I found that to be way more entertaining, even though I didn't even like the song. My problem wasn't the lyrics. I just thought it was kind of a weak song from Meg. I think she's capable of better. What in the world happened in the studio for them to think they should release this? I mean, genuinely, they had to bundle it. They promoted it so much. It's just confusing. It's confusing from both these artists because we saw Selena Gomez go in this more mental health focusing route. And that genuinely seemed promising. That to me, at the very least, I thought that was interesting. I was like, you know what? That's a perspective only she can share. Something about herself. And instead they just copy other people but make it like intimate in a gross way. And then you have Joe, and this is what I mean, also just copying people, but he's doing his own slight spin on it. Don't get me wrong. It's still just stealing these artists. The only problem with that album is it's boring because you like, once you recognize who he's copying, you're just like, oh, I should just listen to Billy Joel or the Beatles. And then you get bored while listening to the song. But I'd much rather be bored than like have it be an affront to my taste. And I know this is really harsh. I know there's probably someone who likes that album. I haven't seen it online. I don't know. No one talked about this album in real life. I'm sure it got some radio play, but like it didn't deserve it. It's so boring. I hate it. I hate this album. And I don't say that about many albums. Normally I'm like, if it achieves what it's going for, it's a good project. But this achieves nothing. What is the achievement of this album? What is it even going for? The whole time I'm listening, I'm like, is this just bragging about the relationship? Or is this supposed to be like insight into it? Either way, it doesn't land on me. I can't even begin to fully describe how just like icked out I feel. And I hate that I'm using that word, but truly that word applies to this album. Ick. The ick, when people talk about getting the ick, that's that album. That album is getting the ick in a social standpoint. That's truly what it is. It's socially getting the ick. It made me realize like, oh, I would probably never want to meet these people in real life. Like, I'm sure they're nice or whatever, but like, God, it's just so insufferable. Whereas Joe, I listen to it and I'm like, I don't like the music, but like, hey, I'd probably like, I don't know, if someone was like free tickets to a Joe show, I would still go. That's a great takeaway from an album, especially from a young artist. Like, he has plenty of time to develop his own sound and grow. Whereas I hear the Benny Blanco, Selena Gomez project and I'm like, this might be them at the peaks. You know what I mean? Like, this is them at their peak artistically maybe and making that. And it's like, it's so sad in a way because it's like, these are artists that I respect. Like, I truly respect these artists. I don't know. Maybe someone can find a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe someone found out they made that album as a joke. Maybe the interludes in there of Selena crying, talking about stuff. Maybe that was actually all worthwhile and it's just performance art piece that's how we were meant to enjoy it. It's performance art and it was meant to kind of irritate you. And then it's just the greatest work of art of all time. Jeez, for two artists that did kind of like similar, just copying people, one is just leaps and bounds better and ahead of the other. It's crazy. People forgot about the Selena Gomez album. How did people forget about that? Two massive artists and people forgot? It charted high. like it sold well because it was a bundle. But if you enjoy this type of video of me kind of just complaining about two artists, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, please let me know why you enjoy these albums. If you enjoy them, truly, I respect your taste. Great for you. Tell me why you enjoy it. Tell me what got you to enjoy it. Tell me if it's truly just I need that third listen. And if you like the Joe album more than I did, tell me why. I liked it, but I mean, like, tell me if you thought he was more experimental and not just plagiarizing the artist, or if you didn't like the Joe album at all. If you liked it less than me, let me know why. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks.